Ladies and Golga Frinchins, yeah, it's a bit space age, this, isn't it, eh? With the old Tronical tuners on there, the world's first production robotic machine heads. But it wasn't just the machine heads, let me tell you, there's an awful lot more going on with these. They've got this master control knob that does all sorts of witchcraft and wizardry, and you can see behind that control cover there that we've got there's an awful lot going on. Overly complicated, over-engineered? Yes, probably. But more importantly, let's have a listen. I shall tell you what I can. Let's go. So surely it's pick up time, and I did want to show you just before we embark upon that journey, the master control knob is also just a regular tone knob. Okay, so with the bridge pickup in the distorted or noisy setting. I do like those 498Ts. And that was in the centre position. Now on to the neck. Right, okay. Let's have a listen to Monk Lane. and we'll try it on the clean setting. I will point out that we're at roughly 1 on the high E at the 12th and 2 on the low E at the 12th. So starting with the bridge pickup. And into the centre. And onto the neck. It plays absolutely brilliantly, and yeah, so your 490R is popping out about 8 and best part of 14 on the bridge pickup on the 498T. Okay, so a jolly good look round. So let's have a jolly good look round it, and of course we'll start at the top. And you see, it's designated as a studio, and certainly body-wise, although it has that unique blue silverburst colour, it is in fact a studio construction. Mahogany body with a maple cap, and yes, no binding, you see. However, that is pretty much where the story ends. So if we start at the top, we've got binding along the headstock and the flower pot, a little bit like a custom shop style finish going on there. Now, the inlay in the headstock certainly is, or are, both of them are, as far as I'm aware, mother of pearl. And of course you do have that chrome, chromed finish Robot First Edition truss rod cover there. So, custom shop head. Then the neck is more like a standard, you see, with the nib end binding there. Not a fan of nib end binding, easy for me to say, as you will know. And apparently the trapezoid inlays are, in fact, acrylic, but they look like mother of pearl to me. It's a very, very clever reproduction, I would have to say, if that is in fact what they are. And of course they sit on an ebony board, which all sits on an ebony neck, and then we get to the elephant on the headstock, because they're big clunky old things, aren't they? However, happily with these, they are in one way more useful than the G-Force tuners, in the regard that you can pull out each peg locates into a little gear, peg head locates into a little gear, and you can use them as a manual tuner. And they all work quite nicely. And you just wiggle them. So it sounds in the instruction book. You get a nice, I don't know, 20-odd page instruction book with it, and just give them a wiggle and make sure they all seat correctly inside their slot. I think that's okay. Okay. So you pull out the master control knob. This is, can you see? It's wobbly. And it's as though it's like the bottom of the knob is only sitting at the end of the shaft. And there is a little grub screw in there. And I ordered a tool, having looked at the several forums. I ordered a tool, taking the advice on one of the forums, that says you need a 1.5mm Allen key, and so one arrived and it's too big, and this is going tomorrow to a different part of the country. So anyway, of course when you push it down it feels, well no, it's still wobbly, but behaves perfectly. So I'm being careful when I pull it out. And yes, so I've just altered the peg, so let's see if it will do its party trick for us. Job done. Yeah, so there were 4,000 of these made, and as you can see by the serial number on this one, it was 17 before they finished making them, and, which rather makes me think that this could be, I mean, I don't know, I'm making it up really, could be why this paint job is perfect. And I've had, this is either the 4th or 5th one that I've had in my hands of these, and they are awesome. Every single one of them, apart from this, had those metal flake striations that you see on Gibson guitars. This one, as it escaped it, I don't know why, but it did. So, right, moving on to the pickups. We've got a 490R in the neck and a 498T in the bridge. The bridge, I hope you can see in there, can you see those white holes, those white inserts I should say? They're ceramic inserts so that there's no crosstalk between the strings, so that it doesn't confuse the robot head. Wow. And the bridge, it actually, robots, the bridge saddles, you can make it robotic automatically do the intonation for you. That's not something I've explored because the intonation's fine. Maybe it's because it does it every now and then. So yeah, so that's that. So when the MCK, the master control knob, when it's pushed in, it just acts as a normal tone knob. So like I said, yeah, and apart from that wobble there, I can't see a mark on this. It's amazing. There's another one of these for sale at the moment on eBay. The starting bid, I think, is 1,800 quid. I don't know whether he's offering delivery or not. So what you do want to know, if you're buying one of these and you want it for the robotness, then you do want to know that the gubbins works, and you also need to know, because I bought one that I unroboted, because when it came to me there was no charging gubbins with it, so you need the charging gubbins, and I will give you a little tip. So this is the Tronical charging box. In the instructions it says just use an ordinary guitar lead to plug, so you charge it by plugging it in to the exhaust pipe here, and it will charge it. But if you use a normal length, what are they normally, 10 feet, 12 feet or something like that, it'll take forever and a day. Shorter lead is significantly more efficient. So if you do have one and you're wondering why it takes so long to charge, use a titchy lead, a little fly lead like that, and it will charge up quite nicely and quite quickly. So that is that. Yes, so it came without a charger, and you can't get bits for them. Well, you can if they ever crop up, which is hardly ever. So I unroboted it, and all I did was I took the tuning machines off. They just unbolt from there, and these are slightly smaller peg head holes than the regular modern tuning machines, which are 10mm. These are 8.9, so just a little bit smaller. So I didn't ream the holes out. I bought historic tuning machines that would fit in the hole, and because like I said on that other video, roughly, from what I can gather, roughly 50, was it 50 or 75%? Anyway, a lot, probably half or more, have been unroboted because, well, because people don't like it. And there's no two ways about it, and I'll be totally honest here, The G-force system is significantly superior to these because there's less guts and it's easier to put on and take off. It's just a better system. However, like I say, they reckon that you can tune a G-force manually, but it feels wrong. It feels as though you're going to break something and the pegs don't pull in and out like these do. So that is the one area where this does score above the G-force. You can use the tuners like just regular manual tuners. Okay, so yes, that is really what to look out for. But of course people did on Robot because basically they liked the finish, and the finish was first generation. This finish was exclusive to the first generation robots, of which there are 4,000. There's probably less than that because some of them have been locked in attic or lost or broken up for parts. I don't know. So that's it. With all of that said, I hope that you found that helpful, and I shall look forward to seeing you soon. Adios amigos. Ta-ra.